Good evening. It is time for our mid-year reset. I am live, and this one, guys, is going to be, I think, a game changer. This one is definitely going to be a game changer for you. It was certainly a game changer for me once I started to explore what was really going on with my affirmations and my intentions. Now, you would know that I am the queen of intentions. I have intention cards, I have an intention journal, all these different things, right? But for many persons that I interact with from time to time, they'll talk about using the intentions and the affirmations, but for some reason, which they haven't been able to pinpoint, they're still struggling, they're still suffering. They're still having a challenge actually seeing the thing that they are saying they are working on. They're having a challenge seeing that thing come to life, actually manifesting whatever it is they have been setting these affirmations for. This in particular is often seen in the space of wealth and wealth creation and trying to shift from that poverty consciousness to prosperity consciousness. And for many persons from all walks of life, even the wealthy, when you're stepping into a new year, you are already thinking about, some financial targets that you may want to hit. And sometimes the financial target is not necessarily just cash. It could be because you want to buy a house or you want a new car or you want to travel, whatever it is, right? And so, there is a financial component that's actually attached to that. Well, I'm here to tell you that if you are setting intentions and affirmations that are supposed to be helping you towards achieving these particular dreams that you have, and you realize that no matter how much you affirm it, no matter how many I ams you say, you're still having a challenge seeing the actual thing come to fruition. You're still having an issue bringing these things into your life. You're following all of the prompts that you are given, you're reading all the books, you're buying all the coaching programs, and yet you're still not able to see things come to fruition. Well, here's the thing. We talked a couple of days ago about your energy and about the way that you respond from a feeling place about your goals and the journey, right? But energy is not the only thing. The other key thing, this is like the ultimate reason, okay? The other key thing why your affirmations are not working for you or your intention setting is not working for you is because you actually don't believe it. Here's how to tell whether or not you believe that your affirmations or intentions, the ones that you've said, that you believe that they can come to fruition, or you believe that you are stepping into that way of being. Here's how you can tell. It's based on the thoughts and even more so the words that actually come out of your mouth on a regular basis that will help you to determine whether or not you believe in your intentions and affirmations. A simple example can be, let's say you're trying to get to a particular place in the city. Like I was in New York the other day for a little while, and I would want to get from, as a matter of fact, on one day in particular, I was going to Central Park, and I was uptown trying to get across town to get to Central Park, right? Now, let's say I was to jump into an Uber, or forget the Uber. Let's take one of those bicycle cart thingies, right? Let's say I get in the bicycle cart thingy or in the Uber, and I say to the driver, driver, I want to get to Central Park. Driver starts to head to Central Park. And in the middle of that, I'm like, boy, I don't think I'm not sure if I want to go to Central Park now, because every time I go to Central Park, it rains. And, maybe that's not such a good idea. So then I'm now giving the driver a different set of directions because I'm introducing doubt into the initial set of directions. Now, you may say to yourself, but Stacey, I'm not doing that in real life. But guess what? You are. Here's how you're doing that in real life. You set an intention or create affirmations around wealth building. I am wealthy. I am prosperity led. I have prosperity consciousness. I am receiving and accepting abundance. Whatever you want to say, right? You have your affirmations that you're using, right? You have your intentions that you are setting. So you're doing that in the morning. And then the next thing that happens is You get to the coffee shop and them say the coffee is now $5 and you're like, Lord, oh, the coffee's so expensive. I don't know why they keep raising the prices. I can't afford this expensive coffee. Like you literally just kicked your affirmation out the door. And it is literally that simple, right? But because we don't think about it, because we're not necessarily paying attention to how our language is either killing or feeding the things that we desire. If you are affirming, for example, to be healthy and to have health and wellness and to be fit for fit for 40, fit for 50, whatever number you are, right? Or whatever age bracket you're in. So you're affirming that you have health and you're affirming that you have wellness. But then when you step out, right, and you're in your exercise class, oh my gosh, I just can't. This is just not working for me. I need to go get the ice cream cone after this. I can't manage. Like, you're making it that much more difficult for yourself. So you have kicked your affirmation out the door once again. And because you're thinking to yourself, well, if I say it every morning, then it should be coming to fruition. That's not actually how it works. You can say all the things, but if within yourself you really don't believe it, and your belief is evidenced by the other words that you say, when you're not thinking about the affirmation. So instead of looking at yourself and worrying about, am I going to say the wrong thing? You want to start coming up with preconditioned thoughts that you can use should you run into a situation where you can't call on your affirmation. Because that's the whole point. The whole point of having the affirmation in the first place is so that when you get into a situation where you are not feeling like you can actually do the work required to build the wealth, do the work required to have that health and wellness piece, do the work required to have the relationship that you desire. You pull on the affirmation at that point in time. But what most people do is they say the affirmation one time, or them read it on a card one time, or they set an intention at the beginning of the year, and then they just spend the rest of the time just counteracting exactly what they're trying to create. And the way that they're counteracting it is because every single time that something comes up that is rubbing against or against the desire that you have, you immediately start to speak against the thing that you have said you want. And when you do it without consciousness, it just makes that thing that you want take even longer to come to you. So you have to have some things in the backpack. You have to have like words ready to go, right? So if it is that you're working on wealth and you're working on your wealth consciousness, then you need to pay attention to the words that are coming out of your mouth as it relates to anything related to money. And then have prepared for yourself maybe some gratitude statements. Here's a good example, right? Let's say that you're affirming, I am ready to increase my prosperity. No, I'm ready to increase my prosperity, right? As opposed to I am rich. Okay? You're ready to increase your prosperity now, right? Let's say that's your affirmation. And you set that and you're feeling it, that's what you want. You really want to expand your territory. And I'm prepared to expand my territory now. I'm prepared to experience new cultures. These are the things that you want. So this is what you're affirming. You get out now and you're in the midst of things, boom, you have a flat tire. Geez, all of this money I'm going to have to spend on this flat tire. Like when you see yourself starting to go down that road, because the thought comes before the words, guys, right? When you see yourself starting to think the thoughts about how much this is going to cost you, how this is going to decrease your ability, your financial capacity to actually go after whatever you are affirming for in the morning, then you say, boy, I'm so glad that this flat tire is only one and not all four. Oh gosh, I'm so grateful I have a car to be getting around in. Some people don't have a car. I'm so, find things that will align you with actually the original intention versus going down the road to say things that are against the intention that you have set. Okay? You will be shocked, like literally within 2 weeks of you actually paying attention and starting to shift your words, you'll be shocked at how fast you're able to see your intention setting, etc., your affirmations accelerate. This is how you pour positive water. You pour that kind of affirming fertilizer. We were talking about fertilizer yesterday when we were talking about the seeds that you're planting and what you're actually using to water while you're waiting for the seeds to blossom, right? So it's the same principle here. Stop giving your intentions different directions after you set it. When you set an intention or you say affirmations about a particular thing that you want, right? Then just focus your mind in that direction, because the moment you start to speak words that are out of alignment with that initial intention that you set, you're slowing yourself down. Okay? So thanks again for joining again, guys, in our mid-year reset. I really hope that this particular tip helped. It's one that I've been really doubling down on myself, and it makes a huge difference in how fast you're able to actually see things blossom. So I hope that you're able to see some things blossom for yourself over the next 6 months. And join me for another session of mid-year reset so that we can work together at making sure that we end the year in the next 6 months really strong. Take care, everybody. Thanks so much for joining. Thank you.